Hello, Spokane and North Idaho Oncology care providers. For those of you that I have not met, my name is Nicole Manus, and I am the Community Health Director for the YMCA of the Inland Northwest, serving all of Spokane County and the community of Sandpoint. Some of you may have been referring to LIVESTRONG at the YMCA for years, and others may be hearing about the program for the first time. The following presentation is intended to provide a general program overview for those who are not familiar with the survivorship supports that the YMCA provides for your patients and their families. It will also cover the ways in which we are adapting the program during the COVID-19 pandemic to ensure the safety of cancer survivors who we know may be at higher risk for poor outcomes if they were to contract the virus. These adaptations include a virtual delivery model wherein survivors will receive tailored exercise instructions safely at home while still building the powerful community that the program is known for. This adaptation to virtual delivery also opens the door for you to consider referring patients who may be receiving treatment in your facilities but live in an outlying county or otherwise too far from a YMCA to have considered participation previously. Before I jump into details about LIVESTRONG at the YMCA, I'll just note a few things about the program's history and our local success. Nationwide, over 77,000 survivors have completed the 12-week LIVESTRONG at the YMCA core program. It is currently run at over 600 individual program sites. This program was developed in partnership with a number of cancer research institutes and has been subsequently studied by researchers at Yale Cancer Center and Harvard's Dana-Farber Cancer Institute. In those studies, it was proven to help survivors meet or exceed the recommended amount of physical activity, significantly increase their cardiovascular endurance, improve their overall quality of life, and decrease their cancer-related fatigue. Locally, we are in our 8th year of program delivery and have had more than 500 survivors complete the program in more than 50 individual cohorts. We've been recognized as a national leader and have served as formal peer mentors to help 10 other YMCAs across the country in their training, launch, and first year of implementation of this program. We maintain significantly higher attendance and graduation rates than the national average. I share all of that because some of you may be hearing about the program for the first time. You can be assured that we have some solid history and an evidence base from which we work. In terms of eligibility, we use the National Cancer Institute's definition of survivor, from the point of diagnosis through the balance of life. You may refer survivors of any type of cancer to the program at any point post-diagnosis that they meet the following criteria. The patient needs to be willing to sign a HIPAA authorization so that the YMCA is able to request a medical clearance from their primary oncologist. That medical clearance must be signed for them to participate. The patient should have no surgical procedures scheduled during the 12 weeks of the program. We have had individuals successfully complete the program while still in the course of chemotherapy or radiation treatment. But you are likely to have a better sense of how realistic that is for any individual patient. The timing of entry should be a matter of shared medical decision-making between the survivor and oncology care team, with all parties having reasonable confidence that ongoing therapies will not interfere with participation. Program participants must also be willing and able to attend all 24 sessions. It is important to note that the window for participation does not close. You may be seeing someone for a 5-year follow-up and note that they are still really struggling to reclaim their wellness in spirit, mind, and/or body. You may refer them to the program at any point that you believe they will benefit. All you need to do in terms of referral is to share basic program information along with the reasons you believe it will be beneficial for your patient, and let them know about the orientations. They will then attend an orientation and complete a pre-registration interview with one of our team members to be admitted. This is largely an opportunity for them to determine whether it is truly a good fit and the right time. The remaining 2020 orientations will be held via Zoom, and interviews will be conducted in private virtual breakout rooms. We do not charge any monetary fee for participation in the program. There is, however, a high commitment cost in that we ask participants to commit to coming to all 24 sessions, twice a week, every week, for 12 weeks. We consider this a matter of stewardship, because when we break down the cost of all of the various supports that we provide through and beyond the 12-week program, not including the memberships we give to participants during this period. It comes out to about $1,500 per survivor served. We make it very clear in the orientation and pre-registration interview that we are asking a lot from them because we are investing a lot in them. And of course, they are also more likely to meet goals and have significant outcomes if they are consistent. It is helpful if that commitment message is communicated at some level in those initial conversations that a survivor has with you. If they hear from you that you believe that the program will benefit them and that it won't cost them any money, but is a big commitment, that message will hold some weight. The survivor and their family will receive the following supports as a participant in the program. Both the survivor and a single support person of their choice will receive a membership to the YMCA during the 12 weeks of the program. We'll talk about what that means during the pandemic toward the end of this presentation. Locally, we also provide a unique add-on offering for family members and loved ones who have served as support crew to the survivor during their treatment and may feel the need for some support themselves. This provides an opportunity for them to share experiences with other co-survivors and share honestly about their perspectives, questions, concerns, etc. Post-graduation, we continue to provide supports to participants through an alumni club and have many survivors who remain active for years after their initial participation. We also offer a unique and extensive volunteer training and leadership program for graduates. Many have found this a valuable way to give back to the YMCA and to the survivorship community. And for some who have lost the ability to do the work they did pre-cancer, this has also restored a significant sense of meaning and purpose in their lives. Specifically during the pandemic, we will be providing home exercise kits, creating a safe at-home experience that will also allow service to a wider geographic area. These kits have been made possible by a generous donation from Community Cancer Fund. LiveStrong at the YMCA cohorts meet twice per week over 12 weeks for a total of 24 sessions. These 90-minute sessions are divided into two segments. Community time, which lasts approximately 30 minutes, is really the social-emotional component of the program. This is an opportunity for survivors to share information and inspiration and strategies for moving through the cancer experience with others who have a shared reality and understand the many collateral impacts, emotional, psychosocial, financial, relational, that come alongside the bodily experience. These are facilitated discussions led by non-clinical staff with expertise in motivational interviewing and group dynamics. The remaining 60 minutes is dedicated to exercise. Our coaches are wellness professionals who have all received significant training specific to the work with cancer survivors. They have a solid foundational understanding of a range of cancer treatments and the exercise implications of such, including anticipated side effects and special considerations for things like lymphedema and ostomies. The program is built around the American College of Sports Medicine's cancer exercise guidelines, and our coaches receive ongoing education backed by the latest science. The class demographics include up to 14 survivor participants with 2 certified LiveStrong coaches and 2 to 3 graduate volunteers. Our volunteer coaches' assistants complete approximately 80 hours of training to serve in this role, and volunteer peer mentors complete approximately 20 hours. The support crew for the family and friends meets separately up to 5 times in the course of 12 weeks and can participate in some specialty exercise classes as well. In terms of exercise instruction and progression, the program is broken into 2 primary phases. The first phase is foundational, where everyone is learning essentially the same basic content that is balanced between cardiovascular training, muscle strength and endurance training, balance, and flexibility. Options are provided within this foundational phase to ensure that we meet people where they are in terms of their individual conditioning, experience, goals, and limitations. One of the primary program tenets is that we start low and progress slow to maximize benefits while minimizing undue soreness or injury that can occur with an overly enthusiastic pursuit of a new exercise routine. The second phase is customized for each individual's goals, including more one-to-one instruction and program tailoring. During these later weeks, we also provide exposure to several group exercise formats or specialty classes selected by participants. Now to highlight a few pandemic-specific program adaptations. In the past, the medical clearance form essentially had three options. The oncologist would either clear the patient to exercise with no restrictions, clear them to exercise with listed restrictions, or not clear them. We are updating that first option with some additional detail. As previously stated, we are moving the program to a virtual delivery model due to the fact that we know cancer survivors may be at higher risk for poor outcomes if they were to contract the virus. We will, however, still provide the survivor with a YMCA membership so that they can, at minimum, access our other virtual offerings like group exercise classes, nutrition talks, seminars, and other offerings as they become available. If the oncologist clears them to do so, they may also use our facilities in our branches and/or participate in classes that we may hold outside once cleared to do so by the State Department of Health. If you do not clear them for these out-of-home options, their membership will be flagged with a note that they are unable to use the facilities until they get an updated medical clearance. Community Cancer Fund has provided funding for the provision of home exercise kits for each participant who enters the program. These will be checked out to each participant at the beginning of their 12-week session and then returned and thoroughly sanitized and inspected for safety before reuse in 2021. This is a glance at our 2020 schedule. The week before the Stay Home, Stay Healthy order, the YMCA proactively paused all in-person group programming after watching the public health news closely for several weeks. At that time, we had 2 classes that were in progress. We have been continuing to provide community time for those paused classes and build those relationships during this period, and we hope to restart them with physical activity classes as soon as we can get those equipment kits. We have 3 classes scheduled to start in September. One is a daytime class, which may be most appropriate for survivors who are earlier in their treatment or recovery phases and are still struggling with fatigue to the point that evening classes feel too late. The evening classes accommodate survivors who are still working and have more traditional work schedules. We still have these classes listed as being attached to a branch location because we believe that some survivors may wish to get to know others who will eventually be using the same YMCA. However, since the program will be delivered virtually, survivors really can choose the class for which the days and times are best suited for their lifestyle. We are also very excited that a virtual delivery platform provides opportunity for us to extend our geographic footprint and serve survivors who may be receiving treatment or follow-up care in Spokane or North Idaho, but live too far away from one of these YMCA branches to have traveled twice weekly for class. Please consider referring any of your patients that you believe would benefit from a supportive community and tailored exercise programming to one of our orientations. The orientation for September classes will be held on August 12th, and another orientation for 2021 sessions will be held in November. If you would like to receive orientation flyers to give to patients, you may email me with that request. I am also available to answer additional questions as needed. Your patients will have the greatest likelihood of following through with your referral if you or one of your team are able to have a conversation with them about why you think they would benefit. I hope this presentation has helped you feel prepared for those encounters. If a patient is unable to attend the orientation, they should contact me via email. Thank you for your partnership and ongoing support of Livestrong at the YMCA.